latest one now we say Lautech lecturer, senior lecturer, and 300 level student. Video don't burst for internet. Oh boy. I see video. Oh boy. My eye never correct. See as my eye did since where I see her. Never correct since. Lautech lecturer. I don't know why every 6 months we dey hear ogbonge news from Lautech. If no be say lecturers they go on strike on federal government, it go be say lecturers they go on strike on female students. My question now, first question, because I have like 100 questions. First question, Lautech lecturer, video burst with female students, 300 level students. First question, why is it only male lecturers demanding for sex from female students? Why we never hear female lecturer demanding for sex from male students? Abi, you know they happen. What is the problem? Why even one case? Go to internet, you know, go see one case, you know, go see. What is the problem? Why we never hear that kind of case? Okay, now, after all this brouhaha about Kiki Modi, you know, Kiki Modi, the BBC that went undercover to do investigation to expose lecturers predating on female students. Another lecturer still go. For Lautech, for Bomosho, now where the thing happen, another lecturer still go, carry girl, enter. I don't know whether in a hotel room or the female hostel. I don't know where the lecturer did, but the size of the bed na king size, no be small. And then the cover of the bed is a duvet. So I believe it's a hotel. It carried 300 level student enter. With they suffer coronavirus, with they suffer ASU strike, carry 300 level student enter. They strike the student, they strike him, they strike him, they strike him. The whole lecturer, senior lecturer, PhD, international relations in the University of Leeds. I'm just imagining the kind of degree the man will get if they enter 21-year-old, 300 level. The get legs scatter. It scatter like Nigerian economy. One leg they not. The other one they find a cow enter east. Lecturer they middle, they try mediate. Since they flow. Lecturer knows Abi say door they open. How can you go on a dangerous mission like that and you know confirm say the door is locked? That's one. Two, you day mission, you go back door. Why would you back the door? Why would you back the door on such a dangerous mission? Married man with kids, with reputation, with certificate, with stable job. You go dangerous mission, you back the door, just a knock like carpenter, boom, 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 boom. Just a knock. Lautech lecturer, 300 level student. Somebody will reach to be your pekin. In the process, person open the door, carry camera, enter. I don't know whether it's one person, it's like a group safe. Lecturer no, it just the knock. You know, say they don't open door, just they bang, they bang, they bang, they bang. Until at a point, he now emptied everything, poured the whole fuel tanker, emptied the whole everything. As it turned like this, come see camera, CNN, BBC. Hey, Jesus Christ. Nash, they don't show for Twitter. Nash, after watching this video, go to Twitter, type hashtag Lautech. You go see. Hey, how are the mighty fun? See, what this life is not balanced. No matter how much you achieve as a man, small quakes like this can destroy you. It doesn't matter who you are. Even if you're a reverend, father, priest, celibacy, it doesn't matter who you are. That's one law. One law where God used tie every man down, no matter how powerful you are. That small thing from a 18-year-old can cut off all your achievement. If you like, go University of Harvard, get 30 PhDs. House help can destroy all that. One purpose. And nothing go do am. At the end, she will just move on with her life, marry her husband, have a kid. But you, lecturer, Lautech, what's young M saying? Yes, Lautech, Ladoke Akintola University of Bomosho. Now where the thing happen? Use your Google map, you go see am. Just pinpoint the school. Lecturer we don't reach 50-something years old. They jeopardize this 300 level student. 300. My second question: what did the 300 level student? What did the lecturer have on the 300 level students that made him be able to bring that lady to that hotel? I'm assuming it's a hotel because of the size of the bed and the duvet. The duvet is white. You know, I wouldn't know any student of that nature that might be using such a big bed. So what is it that the lecturer had on the student? That's one question. Let's look into that question. Lecturer, Lautech lecturer, 50-something years old. The knack 20-something, 21, 22 years old girl inside hotel. How did they come to be? A question with that. One thing might happen. Let's start from the more neutral one. Let us say that the lady just liked the lecturer. Lecturer likes the lady. They decided to date, consensual, both adults. No strings attached. They may not even be in the same department. I don't know. No strings attached. But if there is no strings attached, it doesn't explain why the lady sets the man up. Because to me, I feel that lady set that guy up. How can both of you be in a hotel and people will drag you to that hotel, open it and start videoing the man? That means the door was not locked. So I'm picturing that the guy might be on the bed and the lady will say, let me lock the door. Or most of these hotels, they have 2 keys, you know? So the lecturer might think that the lady actually locked the door when she didn't. She just turned the key and turned it back, you know? Another thing may be that the lady is innocent, the lecturer is innocent, and somebody tracked them down to that place and opened door and video. That's another thing. But either way, the lecturer was backing the door. And somebody entered the room with camera and lecturer did not know. Till the lecturer finished up, he did not know that they had somebody in the room. He was just knocking. Oh boy. Knocking. The 2 legs of the girl like this, they touched the roof. They shock you a bit. And when the man finished turn, can't see. Yeah, he can't use duvet, the cover face. That was too late. The lady saw the camera guy before the lecturer because she was the one lying on the ground and the one facing the door. So when the guy entered, he see him, he keep quiet. Lecturer finish, pour. The full bucket, pour him inside. Come turn, oh boy, shocker. 240 volts. That's the standard certified amount of voltage you can collect in Nigeria. You shock him like that. You reach 240 volts. So secondly, lecturer-student victimization is rampant. Most of we males did not experience it. If you're a male, you pass through university, you almost don't experience it. Or maybe you experience it, but in another way. The lecturer is not demanding sex from you. He just hates you. It has happened. It has happened to me. I ask questions as a smart guy. I ask questions, stand on my ground. Lecturer want to do this. I say, no, you cannot do it. You know? Lecturer victimized me. You know, it has happened. How do we males sort it out? If lecturer victimize you too much, you call other lecturers, you know, they go and beg him. Or you call your course rep, some of your students, you go and beg him. Sometimes you buy something. Somebody had to buy full fridge. Bought a fridge for the lecturer for him to be able to pass. I know my guy till today, he did not graduate from school because a particular lecturer failed him 3 times. And he wants in university, once they fail you 3 times, in one course, your whole university degree is gone. That's what the guy no graduates. The following year, that man died, that lecturer died. What we are going through in Nigeria, see, if I go to heaven, before judgment go get to me, I will try and locate that angel who sent me to Nigeria. I will judge that angel first. Judge and well. So lecturer, female students victimization is rampant. The only thing is that sometimes it's subtle. So the lady can't just raise alarm because she knows what the information the lecturer is passing, but she can't pinpoint it to somebody else. Lecturer says, come see me, or sometimes they masquerade it. They just say like 4 or 5 students, come see me. The students will enter office, he will attend to the first 4. Now the last girl is the one that he's targeting. He will now give the girl the condition. But another thing I have to point out is that most of the time there is that victimization, that student is not smart. Make a talker, na me talker. That student is not academically smart. He's not passing in the first place. Most of it, you can't see the best student in the class and say you are victimizing the student. You're mad. The highest victimization you can give best graduating students is to give them a B instead of an A. You can't fail them. Because they're confident. They will request for what? Remark. All universities have that. I think if you request for a remark, you pay like 5K. Another lecturer from another university will take your sheet and remark it. Shock you. So when there's victimization like that, it's usually because the female student cannot pass. And believe it or not, most students will go visit these lecturers in their office to beg for consideration. That's when the lecturer will now present. In some other case, it's a lecturer that will isolate the student from the crowd and start mounting pressure. But when you look at it, most ladies don't want to start fighting that, because they just look at the cost of fighting that versus cost of graduating. It becomes a dilemma, the devil's dilemma. When a lady start looking at, should I start exposing this lecturer now? What will happen to me? Will I be delayed? My graduation will be delayed and this, that. She will just swallow it. So if you look through universities, you see hundreds, if not thousands of ladies swallowing such things. They will bear it. It's better they graduate at the year they are supposed to graduate than some do it willingly. They'll go to lecturer and say, sir, I'm willing to do anything. The lecturer will be like what? She will say anything. When a lady comes like that, it's only an angel that can resist, especially if the lady is fine, The truth is that sometimes when you see the finest ladies, some, not all, some no get brain. Lady go fine. Look at her result sheet. Fail. How is she going to graduate? She meets the lecturer and say, hey, do anything you want, man, but just give me my score. Sometimes I've seen a situation where a lecturer was victimizing a lady, and the boyfriend of the lady is the leader of the court there in school. In Nigerian school, as you are entering school, every school university, beside it, you see one big court university. And so it did. You see school, you see court, you see school, you see court. That is how it is in Nigerian university. You stay off camp. You see house of students, house of courts, house of students, house of courts, and so it be. The student now invited the lecturer to her house to come and knock. Lecturer now enter. As he just come out the whole clothes, the whole courtist just land inside the room with camera. Oh boy. Do you know that even though that leaked and a lot of things leaked, the lecturer was still not expelled from the school? Because in a way, I think it was hard. It was hard for them to even make a case. Here is the thing. True, they caught the lecturer pants down, but she could not prove that it was rape because she invited the lecturer. That's one. You can't prove it's rape. Both of you are adults, it's consensual. What if you are dating? And two, she couldn't still prove that it was victimization because you still have to prove that. But I'm glad that some universities have put a law saying that if you're a lecturer, you can't have a sexual relationship with a student, period. If you want to allow her to graduate. And I think that's the best. you know. And then secondly, lecturers, we need to change the way we build lecturers' offices in schools. It has to be changed. Here's what I mean. An office is supposed to be a hallway. Just like in many companies have adopted that. I don't know why university institutions haven't adopted that. You know, many companies, the office is one hallway, one big hall. They will now use glass to separate each single office. They will use glass. You understand? So if lecturer is in, you can see that the lecturer is around. You can go in. It's not like you want to knock. With glass, you can't do anything secret inside. You know, even though the glass will have some shaded parts, some open parts, some shaded part like that, but you can't do anything secret inside. That's smart design. Smart design. Go and Google it. Environmental design. You know. So how can we incorporate that into Nigerian university? I've not seen any Nigerian universities built like that. All universities I'm seeing is walls, thick, opaque walls that separate each office. So if a student is inside the lecturer's office for 15 minutes, what is she doing there? You will not know. You can't tell. You can't tell. Teguna team, you're having bad network. My network is clean. Exactly. Young M said the lecturer in his school, when they caught students spying, next is for the student to go and book hotel to pay for her sins. Exactly. That's what I'm telling you, you know. There's lecturer victimization, serious one, okay? But I feel, right, that it happens to students that are not performing well initially. It's not that it's wrong not to perform well. Every student in the school cannot perform well. But I think they target students that are not performing well. Sometimes a student is caught in the exam hall. You know, if it's a man, if you're male and you're caught in the exam hall, it don't be for you. See, this Nigerian society does not pity men. If they catch you in the exam hall, it don't be. It don't be for you. The only other thing you can do as compromise is you can go maybe prepare something, you know. You can go buy something, bring money, contribute money, whatever, go to the back and give the lecturer. Or from that exam hall, before, you know, a lecturer will leave the exam hall, enter their vehicle, and then go submit the scripts at admin. Some will lay the lecturer and say, Oga, what do you want? You know? And what will lecturer do? He will usually collect money and free the students. You know? Some lecturers will keep the script for a day or two before they submit it. So within that day or two, the students will go to the lecturer's house and beg. It has happened, you know, happened a lot. That's how that's just how it happens, you know. But if you're female, once you enter that kind of problem, yeah, it's difficult for the lecturer to ask for money. Even if he collects money, there is still something else he still wants to collect. You know, somebody was telling me the other day about her admissions. They went for admission and they couldn't get it through. You know, the admission couldn't go through. So they met a lecturer and asked for help. What did the lecturer ask for in return? He shocked you up. Women are always in this problem where whenever they need special help from men, most of those men don't care about any other thing. People like just you have to do something. The truth is that also most women don't bring money forward. If it's a guy that is going to meet a lecturer, he comes with something immediately. So there's already something at the negotiating table. But when it comes to females, most females don't think in that direction. They're just thinking they want to make an emotional appeal. In the process of making the emotional appeal, the lecturer starts victimizing them. And in some schools, some lecturer can teach you every single year, 100 level, 200, 300, 400. So if you're not doing well, you know, let's say that course is just difficult for you. There are some courses that no matter how hard you try, you can never understand it. You can never perform well in that course. So imagine that you meet that kind of course in 100 level, the lecturer will teach you. And I don't know why it is in Nigerian universities that if a course is hard, they will put high credit units to it. This country no balance. The hardest courses, go and check it. Any course that is difficult, go and check the credit unit, usually high. If you fail it, it will have big impact on your CGPA. And then that hard course is the course that they will put all the students in the faculty to be doing at the same time. So if you come into the lecture hall, you see thousands of students. But other courses that are easier, you just do it in your department. So you see like 50, 100 students, which is your class. But that hard course, they will now group every student inside it. This country, no balance. I don't mind if China can't collect us. It's okay. As long as they will balance it. Yeah, this country. So at the end of the day, what should be the punishment for a lecturer caught doing this? Number one, they have to prove that it's not consensual. Okay? If it is consensual, then it's not rape. It can be any other thing, but it is what it is. Then secondly, they have to also prove that it's victimization. What if the student is not the lecturer's student? Maybe she's just a student in another department, We don't know the details yet until details show. If she's in another department and has nothing to do with the lecturer, then it kind of makes sense. Then thirdly, what if the student is actually a student of the lecturer and the lecturer coerced her into doing that? Do you know that abroad that can be considered rape? If you coerce somebody into doing something, you don't enter. Something that is supposed to be minor offense, you don't jump to 25 years imprisonment. If you can show chat or phone call proof that you forced her, you don't be. In Nigeria, right? Even if anything happened and you video someone and put it on the internet under the 2015 Cybercrime Act, the moment that thing hit the internet, boom, you have committed an offense. You that put it there, you don't commit. That is how it works in Nigeria. So if you have recording of someone, you can only submit it to the police for investigation. You can't put, once it leaks and it can be traced back to you as the original leaker, you don't be for you. That's why there was a case in, I don't know, I think it's Imo State. I don't know, Imo or Anambra State. A particular politician made a video. He was the one carrying the video by himself. Oh, then they inside, I don't know whether it's hotel room, inside the room, and a particular boy around 20 years old was knocking another lady on the bed. So it's like a groupie, they were doing a festival. So this politician was videoing it. So after videoing it, I don't know how it happened that the guy retrieved the video and posted it on the internet. They arrested this guy and jailed him. So people were screaming, why did they jail the guy? So one, people were thinking that the guy was compelled to say that he doctored the video, which is possible. But I strongly believe that the reason why that guy was jailed in a way was because what? It is illegal for you to leak a video of somebody knocking in Nigeria. You don't leak it, even with the person's permission. Even if you recorded it with the person's permission, you still need the person's permission to leak it. You get the gist now. So let's say two of us were doing something and we're recording it, which means I'm recording it with your permission. For me to leak it, I still need your permission. That's how it works. Lawyers, I stand to be corrected. So now what do we do about male lecturer versus female lecturer victimization? And remember the big question I asked in the beginning. Why don't we hear stories of female lecturer versus male student victimization? Guys don't like that kind of thing. As a guy, if that thing ever, I'm just thinking, right? If that thing ever happens to a male student, he's going to count it that he has points. He's going to count it into his GP. I graduated from university and one of the high-ranking medals I got was, my female lecturer. So, but if you look at it biologically and in context, it's difficult for female lecturer to victimize male lecturer based on sex. But there has been victimizations and it happens, right? Where a female lecturer is victimizing male students. But it's usually not because she wants sex. All right? It's usually because maybe she just hates the guy. You know, I told you I ask a lot of questions. Like if you follow me personally on social media, in a day, I ask hundreds of questions. I might post 5 or 10, but I ask questions a lot. So if you see me in class, I might be quiet till towards the ending of the lectures. I raise my hand if I ask question there. If I knock you question, you know. So you could see students like that that are able to generate a kind of hatred on the part of the female lecturer. So they could be victimized. But it's hard to victimize a smart person because that person can simply request for remark of script. I had a situation where a friend was staying beside me in an exam hall and we were doing this diagram, drawing. As we were doing the drawing, Esther, good morning, how are you doing? As we were doing the drawing, he was copying what I was doing. And you know, it's a drawing sheet, very large. So it's not like you can cover this thing. He was just following step as I was putting my rules and drawing the machine and stuff. He was doing it. At the end, I glanced at his work. It was wonderful. This guy couldn't draw, but he can copy. So now we submitted. By the time the results came out, guess what? I got an A as per smart guy now. This guy got an F. And he was like, no. He said, Dave, what did you score? I said A. He said, there's no way. There's no way he will score an F. There's no way. So we started tracing it. Mr. Quality, I'm good, man. We traced it to the lecturer's office, and the lecturer brought his sheet out, and we saw that he actually got an A. So what happened? Traced it to admin, school admin. They now found out that his name was spelled wrongly in one of the records. So they put a dash for him. So by the time he's going to the other record, it has changed. That dash has changed to an F. Shock you, Abby. So, but why was he able to find out? Because he was 100% confident in what he did. And what made him confident? Just because he sat beside somebody that got it correctly. Me, I would have done the same thing. If I was given an F, I would have said, there's no way it's going to happen. There's no way. You know? So when a student is smart, 60, 70% smart, is difficult. It's difficult to victimize such a student. The only thing you can do is not give them bonus mark, good. You know, mark them aggressively, good. But it's difficult to victimize such a student. You know, when there's aggressive marking, if they ask for explanation of something and the guy is playing, instead of giving them 5 marks, they give them 3. But if the guy is smart, they will still scale through. The only thing is they might have a slightly low score, C, D, but to end in F. But if a student is naturally not weak in academics, that's when it's easy to victimize, because even if they bring the sheet out, the girl will still not pass, you know, or the guy. Even if 10 other lecturers from 10 other universities mark it, they will still not pass. So this issue of lecturers victimizing students, what will be the ultimate solution? I just suggested that there should be a university rule that prevents schools from constructing offices for lecturers with blocks. It has to be with glass, so that the issue of the thing happening in the office will be over first. Let's start with that one. You know, let's start with that one. So, okay, Ashish, how you doing? Ashish said my voice is low. Is it true, guys? Can you hear me? Is my voice low? Is my voice too low? I'd like to know. So, they have to change the way they construct those offices. It has to be glass. Then, secondly, there should be enough sensitization in schools. There should be a special unit with a ready phone number. I know there are universities have such units, sexual allegation, assault unit, whatever. You know, there should be that, but then the phone number should be made readily available, even in departments. It should be pasted there. All right. Esther said my voice is low. Jeez. Can you guys hear me? I'm surprised. Maybe next time I'll take more. Let me try. Maybe next time I'll be I know what to do to make sure that my voice is no longer that low. So, but maybe we should do the whole there should be more sensitization with respect to sexual allegations and assault in universities. Now, most people that do such sensitizations, they only do it for the female students, all right, which of course makes sense in a way. Yeah, Christian Crispo said my voice is okay, so you guys should try and raise your volume. Tassin News, raise your volume. Ashish, raise your volume, okay? So most, even sexual rape allegation, whatever happen, this is directed at women, the victims, all right? What happens to the prey? That crime is happening because of the prey. So most of those campaign against female, what do you call it now, rape, whatever, should also be targeted at the potential rapist or the potential what sexual assaulter, if I might put it that way. You know, like lecturers need a campaign targeted against, not against them, towards them, to sensitize them on the punishment for such and how they should be trained. You know, like 1 week, let me say 1 day or 2 day seminar, you know, for lecturers on how to handle female students. You understand? There should be something like that where there is such a seminar for the lecturers, especially male lecturers, how to relate with female students and the possible scenarios that could result into a temptation and how to avoid that and what the rules are. You know, those kind of things should be done. In the society in general, most campaign against rape is targeted as women. You will see campaign against rape, you go for the seminar, you see 99% are females. You know, and what they're telling them is how to react if there is a rape or something, how to react, which is fine, but you forget the other half, which is how not to even rape somebody at all, which should be targeted at the males. You understand? How to avoid such situations, what the law says about it. If you get into such situation, what are you going to do? You know, all those, that sensitization should also happen. And in fact, it's even more important, self, so that it doesn't happen at all, not what you will do after it has happened. You get? So like it's kind of disheartening that after that Unilag, there was a Unilag lecturer that drank poison, a pastor. They videoed him praying. After prayer, he now asked the girl for sex. How do you pray? After prayer, ask the girl for format through this country. Different formats for different things. That one is prayer format. You tell the girl, let us pray. You close eyes. Father, in the name of Jesus, blah, blah, blah. After prayer, you shake your legs more. Now ask her for sex. She didn't know that she was dealing with a BBC journalist. I mean, he was dealing with a BBC in a British broadcasting corporation. See, the news first reached London. There's a place called London. First reached London before it come back Nigeria. See, in this modern age, if you cast, where your news go leak, go shock yourself. See, you feel cast for Nigeria here, your news go leak for Beijing in China. Leak for there's a place called Shanghai in China. Now where the thing go first leak. After I don't leak for Shanghai, before it come back all the way. Internet. Go to Twitter, type hashtag Lautech, it will shock you. You'll see video, Lautech lecturer, 300 level student, 50-something-year-old man with all the degrees in the world. Now 300 level student fallen. Some universities will fire you instantly. And I'm glad that the law is going general in universities. Any sexual relationship between lecturer and student, boom, you don't go. You don't go. As long as it's your student, you don't go. It don't be for you. Before they start talking about the law first, imagine now that it's victimization. The girl can sue you to court. Lecturer victimization, you don't sue you be that. You can sue you to court. Before you even get to court, you don't lose your job first. Not just your job, you don't lose reputation. OB1 said, you are talking of lecturers and schools when you know that graduate doesn't find jobs. See, if we shake that table today, we're not going to finish this video. You know, when you use Nyash, collect scores, collect marks for school, use Nyash, collect mark for 4 years. Use Nyash, collect NYC posting. They can't send you go use Nyash, collect job on first day of the job. This is true life story. That one went viral 3 days ago. First day of the job, this girl went into her manager's office and asked the manager, "You are so cute, honey. Can I please sit on your face?" First day at work, day one. You never even sabi everybody's face for the company. You go to your manager and be asking him to sit on his face. Manager simply called HR. HR fired the girl. First day, you never even drop your bag. They don't fire you. And what did they fire you for? That's why I told you that female lecturer, male student victimization happens. Maybe not at the same, not at the same rate it happens with the male versus female, but it happens. The only thing is that men will not talk. See, I say that about domestic violence. Sometimes women beat their husband, maybe not beat, but attack their husband physically, slap, beat. The man will not go outside and never say it. He will never say that my wife beat me. So there will never be a report on that. But if that man, in the process of attacking that man now uses his manly strength and retaliates, you will see blow on the woman's face and she will rush to Instagram. My husband has killed me. So I believe it happens too. So this lady on her first day of work went in and told the man that she wants to sit on his face. Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. This country don't cast. This country don't cast. If you like, I will move to Benin Republic. C'est la vie, les vous, à la voix. Start speaking my French. This country don't. First day of work, female employee, intern. Sabi the company. Even the address of the company, you never master them. You never drop your bag. You don't enter your male manager office and say, "Can I sit on your face?" Yeah, sit no day again for the company. No more sit. Now face of your manager, you want to sit down now. Tell me how that one take graduate from school. No be Nyash. No be Nyash, use do 100 level. Jam self, if be Nyash. Use Nyash, enter school. Nyash level 1, Nyash 200 level. Nyash 300 level, Nyash 400 level, Nyash NYSC posting. Because it was sitting on people's faces. She's a face sitter. Sit on people's face. First day they give you job, you go to your manager office. I want to sit on your face. Yeah. Hellfire go full, and the Nigerian go full there. On that day, even if they send me go heaven, I will still want go hellfire, go see where Nigerians stay. Yeah, she said he gets me, man. Good morning. Where have you been? Ehigie. Ehi, how are you? So at the end of the day, in as much as a lot of blame goes to male lecturers for that victimization, and a lot of training has to go there and sensitization has to be done on male lecturers, we should also know that in some instances, it's also the female students that instigate that. Women are very smart, very, very smart, especially emotionally. In fact, biologically, some women are born with skills and instincts on how to manipulate men. I don't know if you have met a woman that is naturally manipulative, and it's not just her fault, it's just the way she behaves. Naturally, some wives, they know how to collect money from the husband. Even if they have lived with that husband for 40 years, and that husband has seen all her 1,000 tricks, she still has 1,001 tricks to collect money. It shock you, Abby. It's a gift that women have. She'll go to lecturer's office dressing sexy, and if lecturer say one thing, she will say one. Before you know, lecturer is getting suggestion. And as a man, you just go in, those skills don't leave you. The skills you got when you are single as a man, that if a woman gives you green light, you attack immediately, It doesn't leave you. The only thing is that you marry and you try to leave it. It will never leave you. So once a female lecture, a female student is giving lecture, all those green light, lecturer will start asking for number, asking for hotel room. Before you know it, they are video lecturer. Nyash of lecturer don't show for internet. Twitter, hashtag Lautech, lecturer Nyash with 300 level student. No be how they take leak Dangote Nyash. Dangote was in the US, put Nyash up like this. Use bedspread, duvet, pink duvet, cover half of it, remaining 2% of the Nyash. If they tell you how much that 2% of Nyash will expose worth, finish $2 billion. 2% Nyash, $2 billion. The girl was videoing it after she put it on Instagram. Dangote sue am. Dangote sue am. Her landlord sued her. Dangote sued her at the same time. What is the result? She lost her house and she has a court case for exposing Dangote Nyash and trying to extort him of $30 million. Basically, she was saying, if you don't pay me $30 million, I'm going to leak this video. Dangote said, okay, leak it. Let me take you to court. And Dangote was so he was so lenient because the court case was Dangote was demanding for $30,000 damage. Hey, that man gave a better heart to. He's such a good man. 30,000. What is he going to? $30,000 no reach Dangote to buy water to drink. But he was just pitying the lady now. Assuming he wants to charge her with what do you call it? With respect to the 2% Nyash, it will be $2 billion for damages, reputation damages. Obi-Wan TV said, let's go and prepare for Biafran war. So guys, I'm going to be rounding up here. What do you guys think? How do we solve this issue? And I think the society needs to do more sensitization on men. It's difficult to find, let me say 90% of men out there in one way or the other have crossed the line with respect to sex. If not that you talked badly, catcalling, I think they call it catcalling. Use catcalling to attack a lady. You know, a lady will be passing, some guys will be calling her, hey, babe, come. If the baby refuses to come, they'll start attacking her. You know, see your head like bread, flat chest, flat this, flat, they'll start attacking her. That's a cross of line. You don't do that to people. But we don't have the orientation. Most men, in fact, the way they raise men is that they just raise you in the house and in school and then toss you out. Everything about sexual relationship, nobody teaches you. You kind of learn it in the street. And learning it means trial and error. In that process of trial and error, you might cross the line in so many places. So, in this country, we need male sexual orientation. There's already female, where they teach female how to do all those pads and stuff. Put your pad and all those, But males, there's zero training for male. The boy child, how are they training that child not to be a sexual predator? Where is the training? Where is the NGO for training males? Where is the TV advert by government? There's sex epidemic or a sexual assault epidemic. Where is the government arm that is handling that, putting sensitization on TV? If it's coronavirus, they'll be sending me alert. Every day now I receive SMS that I should take vaccine. I should go and that vaccine is approved by Bill Gates, approved by NCDC. If it's coronavirus, they'll be sending alerts. Why can't you send that to phones of everybody? Avoid sexual violence. This is how you do this. This is the number to call. This, that. This is what the law says. Why can't there be an arm of government? Must it be only women? As long as you focus it on women, that thing will keep happening because the men don't know when they're committing crime. You don't know when you're committing a crime. You don't even know when it's just sexual assault. You don't know. Because there's no training. It's only when you do it and make a mistake that you start figuring it out. So we need NGOs, not just NGOs, government arms that are dedicated to training males. In fact, in the universities, there has to be a course against sexual assault. Every lecturer must pass every year. Every year, you must take that course. One day training, one exam. You answer about 30 questions on sexual assault. If a female student says this, what is the right thing you should reply? This, that. If lecturer passes it, they take the lecturer out. If he fails, they should take him out until he writes it again and pass. There should be that. Nobody's talking about it. The only thing is everybody's waiting for lecturer Nash to post on Twitter. Lautech every 6 months. One thing must leak from Lautech. One thing. The other one is Covenant University. A female student went to psychiatric hospital to go and knock her mad boyfriend. This country don't care. They should redraw the map, remove where I am currently from this country, and put me in Togo or put me in Cameroon. I don't mind. Female students, Covenant University, go psychiatric hospital to knock boyfriend with the mad. Yeah. In the process of the knocking, she herself recorded the video. I don't know how the thing take leak enter internet. Yeah. Lautech, female student knock boyfriend. This one, was it in January, 2 months ago? A month ago, female student was being knocked by two boyfriends, female students, two at the same time. One they knock from back, the other one they knock from front. They put camera at the end. Their friend leak am, go internet. The same school, Lautech. What is wrong with this country? What is wrong with this country? We need to do orientation, you know? Even people leaking this video, they don't know it's a crime. There has to be orientation, especially on the males, the boy child, not the man child, the man lecturer. There has to be orientation. So what I want to see going forward, especially this year, is a special course for lecturers. Once you want to become a lecturer, you have to write it. Every year you have to write it. Do you know that doctors write exam? Is it every few years? A doctor must write exam to show that he still knows what he knows. His memory has not deteriorated, you know? His knowledge is not backdated. He has to write exam. Why are you writing exam as a doctor? To make sure that you're up to date. So a lecturer must be able to write an exam once a year on sexual assault. Write it, pass. Even female lecturers, everybody. Geez, somebody sent me $27. Yeah? I don't have one. Hey, where do we go and spray this money? Solar Zone. Solar Zone sends me $20. It's like another person sent another $7. Oh, I don't blow. Hey, where do we go and spray this money? Oh. Where do we go and spray this money? Solar Zone, God bless you, man. God bless you. Somebody has sent money. I don't know. I can't trace the person. So it's $27. I don't make money for this life. Hey, let me go and buy a Lamborghini. Where do they go and use to spray money? Let me go and spray. So, well, if you're watching from abroad and you want to send money, just look at the chat screen. You will see a way to pay or send money across. So, at the end, every year, there has to be, especially in other industries, any industry where there's high sexual assault cases, there should be one. Before a student enters university, they must write a course on sexual assault. In fact, in JAMB, there should be a course like that. JAMB. You take 4 courses in JAMB. The 5th one has to do with sexual assault, because that's the age you are entering a potential, your sexual prime. 17 years, 18, you are entering your sexual prime, and you're going to stay in that prime till around 40, 45. So schools should play a role. Put sex exam, sexual, how do they want to title it? Sexual relationship exam, you know? Put it, even if it's not a big deal, let it be only 30 questions. I don't mind, put it. What constitutes rape? What constitutes sexual assault? Questions, you know? What and what should you do to avoid this? In the event that you are raped, what do you do? This, that. They should put it. Once you choose, it should be a compulsory course. You know what I'm saying? You do your maths, English, biology, chemistry, boom, you take an exam on sexual assault, write it in JAMB. You must get above 90%. If you don't reach 90%, you fail. Go and start again. No reach. You know what I'm saying? So once we put this kind of thing, that exam will be a kind of orientation, because now the students will study and understand better what Nigeria law says about such cases. What does US law? They should even include questions for countries that Nigerians most travel to. For instance, our second country in this country, is Canada. Our second president is Justin Trudeau, fine boy. You know, we need to know what Canadian law says about that. We need to know what US law says about that. They should include it in the question and answer. Which other country do UK law? What does it say about sex? They include it. There's, if they put it, believe me, this issue of sexual allegation and assault and wrong, what they call wrong accusations, which happens, false. There's wrong accusation, but then there's false accusation. There's unsubstantiated accusations. The thing actually happened, but it can't be proven. But then there is false, malicious accusations. All these things need to be put together into an exam. Before you enter university, you must write it. The only general courses we have now is on HIV/AIDS, you know, how to have protected sex. I did that course 4 times in university. I learned the first one. I don't know why they gave it to me four more times. They call it general course. Another one is maths. Everybody must know math. Another one is English, because what is the language of our colonial masters, lingua franca, you know. Which other one? Statistics. They use statistics, NACOS. Which other one? They are now putting computer science for some departments. They will put computer science into one of their levels, like 200 level. They knock you come, even if you're studying law. What of the one that is plaguing our society? What of sexual issues? What of criminal law on crimes? What are the most crimes that young men and women are likely to commit? Example of the crime is batting somebody with acid, what do you call it? Jealousy crimes. You know, it happens in university. Somebody is sleeping and her friend attacks her with razor and cut her face. Why? Because she's dating her boyfriend. There should be questions on that. You know, being a good citizen, questions on that. People should write it before entering the university. Lecturers have to write it every year. See, if they do that within 2 years, this thing will end. Maybe it will not end, but it will drop. It will crash. People will realize that, man, they are messing up when they will know when they are messing up and when they are crossing the line. It's no longer that you don't know or you are doing it out of ignorance. That one is gone. If you're not doing it, you're doing it with respect to your, you know. African sports sent $29. Jeez. Oh boy. I want to collect chieftaincy title. I'll use this $29 and go and collect chieftaincy title. Hey, Chief Dave partner. One of which country now? Yeah. I'll take it to Togo, convert it to their CFA and hammer. Maybe Togo own is that. Go take it to Rwanda, Uganda, or Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe will make sense. Convert to Zimbabwe dollars. Oh boy. Return to 30-something million. I'll turn to chief in Zimbabwe. Buy 30 hectares of land. Thanks, African Combat Sports. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot. I think I should be subscribing to you guys' channels. Okay. It's when I end this broadcast that I can subscribe to your channel. So at the end of the day, some of you that are well positioned, you should start campaigning for this, you know. Let them include it into university curriculum. That's sensitization. Instead of holding seminars here and there, let it be an exam that people have to write. And there should be a textbook they have to read for it. Once you read that, you understand Nigerian laws better, you know, and then you write the exam, and then the likelihood of committing that kind of crime reduces, crashes. So I'm going to be stopping here. Any questions, any contributions? And I think that going forward, we'll start having phone numbers where people, 29 rupees. Yeah, I'm just seeing it now. Oh, geez. I'm seeing it. I'm just seeing it now. Oh, that means you are somewhere in India. Thanks. That's a lot, man. Thanks. So I'm going to stop here, all right? Maybe subsequent live streams, we might be putting phone numbers so that people can dial in and say their minds. What do you guys think? Thank you very much. See you guys. If you're looking for business to do online, you can go to our site, go to our website and contribute. All right, go to our website. You will see the link and choose any course that makes sense to you, including how to run your own YouTube channel, how to be a web designer. If you have a son or a daughter, teach them web design now. Don't wait for the world to pass them the way it passed us in Africa here. Teach them now. The brain of kids are very smart. Something they learn now, you can't predict what they're going to be using for it in the future. I don't know about Lautech, whether the school is in session, but one thing I know is that there's a lecturer that is knocking students into a session. He's knocking one of his students into a session now. I don't know whether Lautech is in session currently. And then another thing I don't know is whether the video is recent. Even though the video leaked yesterday night, I don't know whether it is something that happened recently. You get? So I'm gonna stop here, guys. Thank you very much. See you guys in the comment section below. All right. Thanks a lot to Solar Zone and African Combat Sports. Man, you guys have made me a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. See you guys.